What's up, YouTube? Alright, we're going to do something quick today. We're going to do some fish stew. It's getting cold out, obviously. It's towards the end of November. I like to mess around with some different soups and stews and stuff for this type of weather. I like to do it any time of the year. I like stews and I like soup, but definitely it's appropriate for this time of the year. So I figured maybe I'll put together a couple soups or something and put them on and see if you guys enjoy them and you try them out, and hopefully it's something that you can get with. But check it out. I'll give you the ingredients. I'll give you the process. I'll show you putting the stuff in the pot. As always, we'll taste it at the end. Make sure it turns out right. All right. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, let's take a quick look at the herbs and seasoning we're going to be using. We got some sage over here. That's about 12 sage leaves. They're not going to be chopped. We're going to put them in just like that. We got some thyme. We got some fresh, that's fresh thyme. We got some fresh oregano right there. Again, not chopped. We've got some salt, pepper. We got some all-purpose seasoning, garlic, and one large red onion diced. The garlic is chopped. I chop it coarsely because I like to have the chunks at the end. All right, so that's what we're using by the way of herbs and seasonings. Okay, here's the fish we're going to be using. This is a white fish. This is halibut. So you can use any kind of white fish. You might not want to use halibut. That's up to you. It's a very expensive fish, so I don't, it's a fish stew. You don't necessarily have to have halibut. I just like the taste of it. But you can make it with any white fish. I've used tilapia. It works really good and it's very reasonable. Whatever fish you can get, as you see, I haven't rinsed this fish yet. I'll do that in a second. But as you see, it still has the skin on it. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is removing the skin. So if you get fish that already has or still has the skin on it, just make sure that you remove that skin before you chop it out. So I'm going to remove the skin, then I'm going to cube it, chop it up into little cubes that's going to be in the stew. Okay? And if you got any questions about how to remove the skin, you can just shoot me a message and I'll respond. Okay, so this is what we got. I've cut them up and you just get an idea of what we're looking at. Some nice chunky size pieces, nice chunky pieces, pretty decent size, and that's what you want. You really want nice big bite-sized pieces that you're going to be able to enjoy. So don't cut it too small. Get you some nice sized pieces on there. Okay. So we're gonna get on and get this in the pot, and in a second I'll show you what that's about. Look at these ribs, by the way. I'm getting ready to hang. That's completely different, but damn, they look good. Anyway. So there you go. One of the good things about the halibut, I was saying you don't have to use halibut. You could, well, one of the good things about it is because it's such a thick fish, and you say the same thing about cod. You can cut it up into these big chunks just because it's such a thick fish. All right, but let me get this in this pot, and I'll be back to you. Okay, we got about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in here. It's in this kettle. It's been heating up. It's reaching its smoke point, which isn't overly high, as you know, for olive oil. You get your red onions in there. Get your garlic in there. And we'll get a good saute on these. As you can imagine, it smells really good. We'll get these sauteed up a little bit, and then I'll come right back. Okay, these have been going for a little while. You see the onions are translucent now. Getting tender, the garlic is tender. Now we're going to introduce the fish. I don't know if I said this earlier, this is 2.5 pounds of fish. So obviously you can adjust, for how many people you feed, and you can be able to feed quite a few people with this. It's a lot of fish. And you're going to just move that around a little bit. Alright? You don't want it in there long, you don't want that to cook. Just gonna move that around a little bit, get it mixed in with the garlic and the onions. We're gonna add 1 can of diced tomatoes. Keep that moving around. Drain your diced tomatoes before you add them in there. Alright. Blend that around, just get those flavors to start coming together. Again, you don't want to spend too much time on this because you don't want to cook the fish at this point. You just want to get those flavors to start blending. Now I'm going to add 1 cup clam juice. These are 2 8-ounce. I'm sorry, 2 cups, 16 ounces of clam juice. Stir that up. There we go. And she's starting to come together. Okay, now we're going to go with about half a cup of white wine. I'm using the Pinot Grigio. You can use whatever type of white wine you want. That's about half a cup, maybe a little bit more. Move that around some more. Really, really nice. It's going to be really nice. It'll be good when it's done, believe me. Okay. If you smell that right now, it smells good. Okay, now I'm going to add some mushrooms. I've got 3 different types. I've got a blend. I've got crimini, shiitake, and oysters. So we're going to add those. This is about 4 ounces of mushrooms. Okay, we're going to go with some water to finish off this pot. Get that up there. Now we're going to go in with our herbs and seasonings. So we're going to go with the oregano first. Doesn't matter which order. Go with the fresh oregano. We're going to go with the thyme. You can see I use quite a bit of both of those. It gives it an incredible flavor. We're going to go with the sage. This whole sage is nice. What'll happen with this fish stew at the end, the sage leaves are still going to be intact. They're going to be completely cooked down, but they're going to be intact. And they're going to taste really good. Like if you get one on your spoon alongside your piece of fish, it tastes incredible. It's cooked down. It'll absorb the flavor of the broth. And it's going to be, you'll see, it'll be really good. Just like eat a little sage leaf and make you smile. All right, I got my all-purpose seasoning. A couple teaspoons of that. And then, of course, you can do salt and pepper to taste. I like pepper. I like salt. I would like to have, and I don't. Normally, I would want to put in a little bit of Cajun seasoning, and it's rare that I look in my cabinet and I don't have a seasoning that I want to use. I try to keep my stuff stocked up pretty good, but it happened today, and I had already made my grocery store run, and I wasn't going back out because it's football Sunday and it's after 1 o'clock, so my place is in front of the TV and the stove. All right, there you go. And what's going to happen is we're going to let this simmer for about an hour and a half. It does not take nearly that long for the fish to get ready. The reason I'll let it simmer that long is because the flavors come together so well. I'm going to add a little bit more water to this, by the way, just to bring it up a little bit higher in the pot. And I'm going to simmer it very, very low, though. You want to cook it very low. This is a propane burner, so I'm going to get it as low as I can possibly get it. And I'll get back to you and show you when it's ready. We'll taste it. All right, peace. All right, so we'll take a quick look. You see what you got here. It's really good. It's finished. You got your fish, your tomatoes. If you want a little more color, you can add another can of tomatoes if you want. That's that sage leaf that I was telling you about. If you taste that, that's really good. It smells really good. You can smell the garlic and stuff in here. All right. Give me 1 second. My daughter's going to do the taste test. Okay, here we go. Very small bowl, just a little something to taste. We're still cooking some other stuff that we're going to eat, but let's see what she thinks.
Oh yeah.
It's hot, be careful.
It's real good.
It's real good. It's good? That's it. All right, y'all. Y'all heard it? It's good. Peace, YouTube. Peace.